Hello, my name is Michelle Hoffman. I'm a yoga therapist in the Integrative Medicine and Health Department at Mayo Clinic Red Wing, and welcome to Relax and Renew. Today, I thought I would share with you some gentle stretches for your back and your hips that you could incorporate into your workday if you had a moment. We'll be using the wall and a chair. Most of these will be standing poses, and then another time I'll show you some stretches that you can do in a seated position. Let's first take a moment though to center ourselves and turn our attention inward to let go of our day so far. So you could close your eyes or gaze softly down at the ground, taking a moment to check in with yourself this afternoon with curiosity, observing any sensations that may be present at this moment without judgment. Noticing where you're holding tension in your body, where you feel ease. You can notice the quality of the breath without trying to change it. Notice whether your mind is very active with thought or if it feels a little sleepy and dull, or if you feel alert and relaxed. So notice what is without judgment. You can notice the quality of your energy, if it feels light or heavy, balanced. And if any emotions are present, acknowledging those emotions with kindness and understanding. And taking a few deep, full, relaxing breaths. Slowly letting in, taking in the air, and then slowly letting it out. Breathing in and out through your nose if you're able. And then you can open your eyes when you're ready. And I invite you to come to standing if you're able. So I'm going to show you a few stretches that you can do during the day, kind of taking a yoga snack break. Let's see if you can see this. So I could either go to a seat of my chair, I could actually go to a desk or the back of the chair, or you could even use the wall. And so I'm going to put my hands on the seat of the chair, about shoulder width apart, and then walk back just a few steps. And then pulling your belly in to support your back, bending the knees to release the back of the hamstrings, the back of the legs, the hamstrings. I'm going to move my hips back. So moving the hips back and then gently straightening the legs, tucking the tailbone, and feeling a nice stretch all the way down the back of the body. Taking a few breaths there. So this is a nice back stretch. And then I could come forward, lifting the chest, arching the low back, feeling the stretch in the front, a gentle back bend. And then moving back, pulling the belly in, moving my hips back, straightening the legs. Taking a few breaths. And if it feels good to you, coming forward, lifting the chest, arching the low back, feeling the stretch in the front. Take a breath here. And then moving back. Feeling the stretch down the back of the body. Let's do that a couple more times. We're going to go back and forth. Lifting the breastbone, arching the low back. Feeling the stretch in the front. And then pulling the belly in as you go back. Take a few breaths. And then you can walk towards your chair, bend your knees, and stand up. And then I'm going to show you something against the wall. So this pose is usually done on your stomach. And I'm going to go up against the wall so you can see me. I'm going to put my hands about shoulder height, shoulder width apart, elbows bent, and my feet are parallel. And I'm going to bend my spine back. So I'm going to lift my breastbone, straighten my arms, bend back, looking up. You don't have to throw your head way back, but just feeling that nice stretch in the front of the body. And then bending the elbows, coming back to the neutral spine. So I'm going to straighten my arms, lift my breastbone, bend back. Feel the stretch in the front. And then come back to center. So I don't know if you can see me, but you can pretend this is a wall. And I'm going to bend back, straighten my arms. And then bend the elbows, come back to center. So I don't want to feel pain in my low back. So we can pretend my hands are on a wall. I'm going to straighten my arms, lift the breastbone, bend back. This is a back bend, stretching the front. And it's helpful if you've been sitting a lot to bend the spine back. Let's do a couple more. So bending back. And then come back to neutral, bending the elbows. One more time, inhale. You can do this anywhere there's a wall and you have a few minutes. And then come back to center. And then we're going to stretch the hip flexors. So I'm going to use the wall once again. This time I'm going to put my left foot against the wall, step back with my right foot. I want to keep that right heel on the ground. And I'm going to put my left hand on the wall, let my right arm be at my side. I'm going to bend my left knee and then come towards the wall and bend back. So I'm pushing my hand into the wall, my left hand, and stretching up with the right hand. And then I can lower the arm, straighten the leg. So again, you could pretend there's a wall here. My left foot's up against the wall, stepping back with the right. I'm going to put my hand on the wall. And as I bend my front knee, I'm going to come forward towards the wall and bend back. So I'm pushing against the wall and pushing back against my back heel. And I'm feeling that stretch on the right hip flexor. And I can straighten the arm or lower the arm and straighten the leg. So I push against the wall, bend my front knee, come towards the wall, and then stretch up, push down through that back foot and stretch up and lengthen that right side. So I'm going to do one more. So my hands on the wall. So you can use the pressure against the wall, leverage against the wall, bending the left knee, stay grounded through the right heel, the back heel, stretching up, pushing back through the back heel, stretch up through that right hand. And then I can come out of it. So then I would come back to center. And then again against the wall, I'd put my right foot against the wall, my left leg back, right hand's on the wall. I'd bend the front knee, the right knee, come towards the wall, and then bend back, pushing back through that back heel. Taking a few breaths, stretching the front of that left hip. So my right foot's forward. I'm going to come forward with the left arm. So I'm pushing against the wall, pushing back against my left foot, stretching up. And I can feel that stretch in the front of this left hip. So we can do one more. So you're going to bend the front knee, keep the back leg straight, back heel's on the ground, push against the wall with that right hand, stretch up with the left, and lengthen that left side. So you can feel the stretch in the front of that left hip flexor. And then I'm going to come back to maybe use the chair. So again, I could come to the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. Let's try the back of the chair this time. Or you could put your hands on a desk. So I'm going to widen my legs And bend at my hips, pull my belly in, bend my knees, move my hips back. So now with the wide legs, I can feel the stretch in the inner thighs as well. And I can stay there and straighten my legs and then bend the knees and pull the belly in as I exhale to stretch my back. So I'm going to straighten my legs and then bending the knees, pull the belly in, move your hips back. Feeling that stretch in the inner thighs and down the back of the legs and in your back. Take a couple more breaths, straightening the legs and then bending the knees, moving the hips back. Exhale, stretching your back. So feeling that all the way down the back of the body. Then I'm going to bend my knees and stand up. And then come back to standing. So one more time, we're going to use the chair. You just want to make sure the chair is not going to slide away from you, so you could put it against the wall. And now I'm going to stretch my glutes. So you want to be careful with your knees. So I'll take my shoes off here. I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left thigh and then put my hands on the back of the seat of the chair. Move my hips back and feel that stretch in that right hip, in the glutes of that right hip. So this feels good if you've been sitting a long time. Stretching the right hip. You just want to make sure you don't hurt your right knee. And then this is a balance pose, of course, because I'm standing on one leg. So take a couple more breaths and feel that stretch in that right hip. And then I'm going to uncross my leg and stand up. And then we'll do the left side. So I'm going to my left ankle over my right thigh and then bend towards the chair, put my hands on the back of the chair, the seat of the chair, and move my hips back. Feeling a nice stretch in that left hip. Be aware of your body. You don't want to do any harm. Don't move into pain. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. And feel that nice stretch in that left hip. And then I'm going to uncross my legs. One more time, the stretch I started out with, hands on the back of the seat of the chair, moving your hips back, straightening the legs, and coming back to neutral with a symmetric forward bend using the chair or a desk or a counter. And then I can walk towards my chair, bend my knees and stand up. And then come to standing in what we call mountain pose, planting your feet comfortable distance apart, letting your arms be relaxed at your side. Wiggle your fingers, close your eyes or gaze down at the ground. Bringing your attention once again to your physical body and noticing any sensations that may be present as you stand here in mountain pose. Grounded to the earth and lengthening up towards the sky like the peaks of a mountain. Standing strong, steady, grounded, and stable, able to withstand the winds of change that swirl around you. So if you think of a mountain stands tall and strong and steady. In the snow of winter, and when the snow melts in the spring, the mountain stands tall steady. And when the flowers bloom in the summer, and when the leaves fall in the autumn, the mountain stands steady. So take a couple more deep, full, relaxing breaths. And visualize letting go of any tension in body and mind, sending it all out with the out breath. And bringing this sense of equanimity, this calm, relaxed energy into the rest of your day. You can let your eyes flutter open. And thanks for joining me today, everybody. I hope you have a good rest of the day, and I hope you've enjoyed these stretches. Remember, you always want to listen to your body and don't move into pain. Like I said, you can use a wall, you can use a chair, you can use a desk or a counter for these stretches. So I hope you try them out. Take a yoga snack break, and even take a few breaths helps. All right, thank you.